What would you do if your dream home turned into a nightmare? For Sarah and Ben, the nightmare was all too real. The old Victorian house on Willow Street had a sinister reputation. Whispers of strange noises, cold drafts, and shadowy figures kept most people away. But not Sarah and Ben. Drawn by its charm and the irresistible price, they moved in. The first night was peaceful, deceivingly so. But on their second night, the house began to reveal its true nature. Footsteps echoed on the stairs, though no one was there. A chilling draught swept through, despite the warm night. And then a faint, eerie whisper from the attic. Curiosity got the better of them. With trembling hands, they climbed the creaky stairs. The attic was a dark, dusty labyrinth of cobwebs and forgotten trinkets. As they ventured deeper, the whisper grew louder, a chilling, guttural sound. Suddenly, a cold hand touched Sarah's shoulder. She screamed, turning to see a shadowy figure with glowing, otherworldly eyes. It reached out, grabbing Sarah's arm, pulling her towards the attic's edge. Ben lunged to save her, but it was too late. The figure yanked Sarah into the darkness below. Ben's scream echoed through the empty house as the shadow vanished. From that day, no one dared step foot in the house on Willow Street. The terrifying tale of Sarah's disappearance was a chilling reminder of the horrors lurking within its walls. The house had a history, one that was buried under layers of time and neglect. Old newspaper clippings spoke of previous owners who had vanished without a trace, of families torn apart by inexplicable tragedies. Faded family portraits found in the attic hinted at lives once lived, now forgotten. Each photograph seemed to hold a story, a piece of the puzzle that was the house on Willow Street. Determined to uncover the truth, Ben delved into the house's past. He spent countless hours in the local library, poring over old books and documents, trying to piece together the history of their home. Among the dusty tomes, he found an old journal, its pages filled with handwritten notes. The journal belonged to a previous owner, a man named Jonathan, who had documented his own encounters with the supernatural. Jonathan's entries were chilling. He wrote of sleepless nights, of whispers that seemed to come from the walls themselves. He spoke of a presence, a malevolent force that seemed to feed on fear. One entry stood out. "The house is alive, it watches, it waits, it feeds on our terror." The words sent a shiver down Ben's spine. He knew then that they were not alone in the house. Ben shared his findings with Sarah. They were both terrified, but they knew they had to confront whatever was haunting their home. They couldn't let the house win. They decided to set up cameras around the house, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. That night, they prepared for a vigil, determined to face the entity head-on. As the night wore on, the house seemed to come alive. The cameras captured strange orbs of light, shadows that moved on their own, and the faint sound of whispers. Despite their fear, Sarah and Ben held on to each other, their determination unwavering. They knew they had to stand together if they were to survive the night. The shadowy figure appeared again, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. It seemed to be drawn to their fear, feeding off their terror. But this time, they were ready. They confronted the figure, demanding to know what it wanted. The air grew cold and the whispers grew louder, but they stood their ground. The figure seemed to waver, its form flickering as if it were losing strength. It retreated into the shadows, its presence growing weaker. As dawn broke, the house seemed to return to its normal state. The oppressive atmosphere lifted and the whispers ceased. Sarah and Ben embraced, relieved that they had survived the night. They knew they couldn't stay in the house any longer. It was time to leave Willow Street and start anew. They packed their belongings and left, vowing never to return. The house on Willow Street remains abandoned to this day, a silent sentinel of the horrors that once lurked within its walls. Its windows are boarded up and its yard is overgrown, but the whispers of its dark past still linger. An old "for sale" sign stands as a testament to the house's sinister reputation. No one dares to buy it, and it remains a chilling reminder of the terror that Sarah and Ben faced. The terrifying tale of Sarah's disappearance was a chilling reminder of the horrors lurking within its walls.